The last family of functions we're going to discuss is this little guy right here. This is the absolute value. Absolute value family of functions. Let's pick a few numbers around the origin. And I could have gone with a smaller graph on this one. So x and then y equals the absolute value of x. Absolute value makes it positive. If it's positive, it stays positive. If it's negative, it becomes positive. Okay. The absolute value of -2 is 2. The absolute value of -1 is 1, and 0, then 1, then 2. When you plot these points, I'm going kind of fast on this one. When you plot these points, you'll have -2, 2, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. And it's going to go like this. It looks linear, but it looks like a, well, you'll learn this word later, piecewise linear. It's broken up into two separate pieces. Stare at this graph long enough, your eyes will go cross like mine are right now. Whew. Okay, so there's your basic absolute value. This is the parent function of absolute value. Let's go to the next one, and we are going to graph this one by hand. Well, we are, of course we are, but we're going to make a table as well, because I want you to see not only what this -5 does, which is fairly obvious. I'd like to think that you know what this 5 does, -5. And now if you're looking at it and you're like, oh, it's going to shift it, I agree, but in which direction? So keep that in mind. And I also want you to see what this 2 does. Okay, so let's pick the same numbers. Let's go -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, the absolute value of -2, let's see, that'd be 2 times the absolute value. Oh, let's just write the whole thing. Let's grab the white out. Absolute value of -2 minus 5 is going to be 2 times 2 minus 5. So -1. Okay, so plug in a -2, get a -1. There's that one. Okay, that's interesting. All right, now let's go to the next one. So 2 times the absolute value of -1 minus 5 is going to give me 2 times 2 times 1, absolute value of -1 is 1. That's going to be 2 minus 5. That's going to give me negative, oh, no. 2 minus 5. I said 2 minus 5, I wrote 2 minus 3. Something was misfiring there. -3, okay. So -1, -3, there's that. We're going to plug in a 0, 2 times the absolute value of 0 minus 5. That's going to be 0 minus 5, which is -5. There's that one. All right, you plug in a 1. 2 times the absolute value of 1 minus 5 is going to be 2 minus 5. We've seen this before. That's -3. And then this one's going to be the same as that one up there. There's some symmetry going on here. Absolute value functions technically are even functions. They are in the purest form, unless there's a horizontal translation, they're even functions. They are symmetric about the y-axis, if you want to get all technical about it. Okay, so there's a point there, there's a point there, and we have an absolute value function that got shifted down 5. I want you to see that. There, it should go there, it should go there. Oops, it should have gone through there. All right, trying to get my slope just right. And it became, what was a slope of 1, rise 1, run 1, or -1 on this side, became a slope of 2, rise 2, run 1, or go down 2 and run 1, okay? So notice the steepness of this compared to this, and it came from this 2 in the front. Now, back to this -5. This -5 is not with your x. It is not being absolute valued. If it was, then it would be shifted horizontally. So now let's do the next one, and we're going to do it by hand without a table. Yes, last one we're going to do. Here goes. Last one like this we're going to do. What we would normally do is start with an absolute value function, okay? I think we'd all agree. So I could, if I wanted to, start at the origin, but I'm not. What I am going to do instead is shift. Shift which way? Okay, not +4, -4. So back 4. Okay, and then we're going to go up 2. We're going to put a dot right there. All right, now you might be tempted to say, yeah, got it, great, let's draw that graph, and it's going to look like that. And I would agree, but there's a negative in the front, so it's going to shift it upside down. Now, if you want to get technical, and I do, the order in which I did those translations violated the order of operations. I want to clarify that. So we would do parentheses first, and I say parentheses meaning grouping symbols, so -4, and then we'd flip it over, and then we'd go up 2.